What up, gamers? Spencer here, and welcome back to Frontline 2 Exilium. So, yeah, the new Florence update is now here, which we'll be doing next. Um, as for me, like, maybe wanting to pull her, we'll see. Like, I'm planning to do maybe at least 20 pulls. Like, I do like her, you know, her, like, pet that she does have when she does in battle. But, I mean, yeah, we'll see. I think I'll do, yeah, maybe 20 is fine. We'll do 20. I do want to save up for, like, some other things like getting Michitu's weapon and all that stuff. Yeah, we'll see. If I get lucky, then I get lucky. Nope. Is that her weapon? At least I got her weapon. So I don't need to worry about getting like the thing. Nope. Okay. Well, we got her weapon. At least if I do want to get her, I don't have to worry about getting like the matching weapon. But yeah, well, we'll just begin with that for now. I'm gonna try to hold off. All right, here we go. Let's go for the story here. And yeah, now we have the heroic mode over here, which I'll go and activate. It says inactive here, and I'm guessing these are all like buffs and debuffs. Maybe, I'm not sure. But yeah, this should I guess make things a lot harder now. Which is, you know, one of my main complaints, like back then, was like, you know, it's so easy to do these story missions, these story stuff. But yeah, now I think they pretty much solved it here. I'm sure, you know, it's like pretty much like a hard mode, like back in the campaign, like their version of it. But it did say like, I did like read it over here where it should yeah, scale with the commander's level. So yeah, I'm curious to see just like, you know, if this will be really hard, if I really need to like manually play it, but yeah, we'll see. Anyways, here we go. The welcome ceremony. The first mission here. Yeah, let's go do it. Sunlight, cheery music, the sounds of an amusement park, and Commander, I've got you now. The voice is familiar, but I can't recall the speaker's name. Oh, well, what will I ever do with you? I guess I'll have to help you out with this specially concocted elixir. Oh, so filled with love. Ooh, wow, look at this. This looks really fun. I feel like this is like the most like fun like environment so far that I've seen in this game. The sunlight flares, more dazzling than before. Oh my, he lives. He's awake at last. Are you alright? A girl stares intently at me, syringe in hand. After realizing that I've come to my senses, the worried look on her face softens. Her eyes, once gaping in shock, are soon filled with warmth mirth. Commander, do you remember who I am? Flo. A name comes to mind, but when I try to think back on who I might be attached to, all I see is a blurred mental image. That's right, I'm Florence. The girl calling herself Florence winks playfully at me after finishing. Her familiar face and the gentle yet heated smile look very inviting. Don't you think it's a bit of a waste to be sleeping by yourself on the ground after coming all the way to an amusement park? It's not like I wanted to fall asleep here. How did I end up in this place is a mystery even to myself. As I try to recall my situation, I find that my thoughts are blur, like I'm wading through a thick fog. If this were a game, my situation would be like a freshly made character dump into unfamiliar surroundings, while my self-perception is functioning normally. I know nothing about my identity and my surroundings. Meanwhile, this girl seems to know me. So, who's Florence? Huh? She narrows her eyes as she smiles, but she can't hide the confusion in them. After thinking a little more, I decided to share a little more with her. Do you know me very well? Also, the commander, is that me? I feel like she kind of like drugged me, dude. Now it's making me have like amnesia or whatever. In my murky memories, I do recall something about having once lived with many dolls. Or rather, given the way you're speaking to me, does that mean we've worked together many times before? Oh my, you're serious, aren't you? Oh dearie me. My, don't tell me you've gotten so used to playing dumb around dolls that it's become a reflex. Judging by her reaction, she seems to be disappointed that I asked that question. The air seems to freeze up, and Florence steps forward, placing a hand on my forehead. Body temperature normal, pulse normal, all vital signs normal. You're pretty healthy, or at least your body is. Saying so, she cups my cheeks in her hands, bringing her face closer and closer to mine. I see. It can't be helped then. It is only when she presses her forehead to mine that I can clearly see the heart-shaped pupils flashing in her eyes like a lighthouse. A quiet beep tells me that she's collecting my body parameters. Considering how quickly and efficiently she's doing this, she must be a medical doll of some sort. I size her up. Apart from the syringe she's holding, Florence has various medical paraphernalia all over her, which reinforces my suspicions. Are you interested in this, Commander? She seems to have noticed how I'm staring at the syringe and smiles warmly at me. This is just a shot of ordinary glucose solution, you know. It's nothing more than a energy supplement. Florence uncapped the syringe and gulps down the contents of the liquid within, then licks her lips clean. While she seems a little forward, a proper medical doll would probably have a hard time doing any harm to a human being. That in mind, she can be trusted for the time being. More importantly, she feels familiar. I realized that the moment I saw her, we knew each other. I'm sure of it, and judging by her reaction, it's very likely that she is, or at least, she used to be, a friend of mine. Oh my, you have an interesting look on your face. Much as I'd like to punish you for forgetting me, an amnesiac commander, huh? That might be opening up more interesting ways for us to have fun. I suddenly want to rescind my evaluation of her trustworthiness. Oh well, it can't be helped then. I'll just have to introduce myself again for your sake. My name is Florence, and as you can see, I'm the manager of this amusement park. For the time being, of course, and right now, I am your caring and reliable guide as you travel through it. A manager. This seems somewhat different from the impression I formed of her in such a short time. Even though you're a medical doll? Medical dolls can do many things. She doesn't elaborate and returns to what she was saying earlier. As for calling you Commander, well, many people have called you that, but if you don't like that form of address, shall I call you something else? Like, dear customer, master, senpai, boss, or caretaker? Why do these titles sound more familiar? Or are you saying you prefer that I call you darling? This doll that I've met less than 10 minutes ago flashes me a coquettish smile before sliding up to my ear and breathing into it with hot, moist whisper. It's getting a bit spicy here. What is that word? I have never seen that word before. Let me see. Coquettish. I'm just kind of curious on what that means. Definition. Behaving in such a way as to suggest a playful sexual attraction. Flirtatious. Okay. It's a very flirtatious smile, I guess. Alright. I reflexively take 2 steps back, drawing away from her. I'll pass, but just call me something normal like Commander. Alright then, if you say so, darling. She smiles playfully at me. Now then, since we've gotten you up to speed, shall we begin our tour? Florence grabs my hand with a certainty that brooks no refusal and drags me toward the amusement park. Wait, a tour? Did you really only come here to sleep, Commander? As much as I would like to give her a concrete answer, the insides of my head are still murky and I cannot concretely state the reason why I'm here. What I can be sure of is that it definitely was not just a playing around. No matter how hard you think about it, you won't be able to leave, right? I can't leave. What does that mean? As for what it means, you'll find out in a bit. In any case, I'd recommend that you relax and enjoy yourself for a bit. Who knows? Perhaps your real objective might be hidden in there somewhere. No? Florence doesn't bother waiting for a response and heads into the amusement park. Flower petals and ribbons suddenly appear in her wake. The sound of lively music grows louder and louder. The color grows more intense and seems to throb in my head, making me feel a little dizzy. All this seems to be the prelude to some bizarre and psychedelic joke. In any case, let me introduce you once more to Thriller Wonderland. Almost at the same time, a pair of Elids appear, holding colorful balloons. The sight of them standing in the middle of an amusement park is both absurd and creepy at the same time. A powerful sense of wrongness fills my mind. Things like that shouldn't exist in an amusement park, right? But they're clowns that create an atmosphere of festivity and joy. Are those perfectly normal? Clowns? Is that what these Elids are? It's perfectly normal to have costume clowns and NPCs in the amusement park, Commander. Why don't you try taking them down to see what prizes you get? The sense of wrongness fades away into a blur, like the rest of the thoughts in my head, without Florence needing to convince me. It's as though I were dreaming. It's normal, you say? I guess that it is. I instinctively reach for a gun at my waist, a Makarov. It seems to have been by my side for ages, and it reminds me that even in my dreams, I am no cattle to be led into the slaughter. And besides, it doesn't look like Florence is just going to stand idly and watch either. Alright then? Alright, let's give it a shot then. Yeah, because we're in a amusement park, I do want to change up my VTuber model just to, make it match up really quick. So let me just change my costume. I didn't realize we'll be at a amusement park. That's really cool for a setting. Let me go in, start the combats here. Yeah, we'll see how hard this might be for the battle. Yeah, I love the setting here so far. I think it's really cool. I think it's very unique. Auto battle. Let me go turn my webcam on. Here we go. This is a more appropriate costume for this. And yeah, guys. I did buy myself a new computer, so the gameplay, like the frame rates and all that stuff, should be a bit more smoother. I am gonna pay attention to the preview monitor really quick just to make sure things are running fine. But yeah, it's not gonna be low in frame rates. It should be pretty much near perfect at least. So far, I don't see any issues. I did test out this game on stream to make sure it's running well, even though I'm maybe running at least 2 VTuber models and all that. Yeah, these guys are a bit tanky, aren't they? Can we go faster with this? Can we go faster? I think Anders is taking some damage too. Oh, Anders is down. Okay, this is actually really hard. What the heck? Wait, I don't even know if even if I play this, I don't think I can even beat these guys up. Because they do have a lot of health. But yeah, we can take some down. Oh yeah, I feel like even if I play, I'm gonna suck. And yeah, maybe I got way too comfortable with auto battle. But yeah, I rarely play this on manual, and when I do, it's usually in one of those mission objective missions that you get in those endgame content. Wait, this here is a bit different. Yeah, I don't think even Belka can beat these guys up. Yeah, mission failed. Hmm. Well, yeah, that's really interesting. I think this is something that I might need to do on my own time. But yeah, I don't want to like, stall the Let's Play too much. Wait, let me just like confirm. I think I'll put it back to normal mode. I feel like this is more of like a challenge mode, like way more of a challenge than, what I want. I just want them to be like, scaled up to my level at least. But yeah, because of these buffs over here, yeah, it does make it like, way more harder for like even a auto battle to maybe win. I mean, I am sure I do have some units where I can win in it. You know what? Let me try. I'm gonna choose some of my more better units. That was pretty much like my squad 404 like team that I just used right now. So yeah, let me see. Maybe I'll choose like an actual like good team. Withdraw. I'm gonna withdraw everyone. I mean, if I had to choose a team where I can like survive, I win within 5 turns as well. Dang. I mean, a part of me does want like 2 healers in a way. I feel like either Suomi and Springfield. Yeah, dang, dude. It's yeah, way more different. Wait, let me try it out. I'm wondering if I should just go for an ice team. My ice team is not really the best though, so I'll just do like whatever. Let me see if I can get what's her name? Yeah, Macchiato. Level 56 Macchiato though. I don't know if I like that. It's the best one here though. Yeah. I got a nice team just because because of Suomi here. She can apply the weakness, I think, to the enemies. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if like, these guys will be dealing too much damage though. That's what I'm kind of like a bit worried about. And we'll see. But the battles here might be a bit longer than usual. Dang, dude. And yeah, they were able to break down that shield so fast too. Dang. And we're like barely dealing any damage. Oh yeah, this is tough. I think like even if I play normally, like I think maybe the only thing I can maybe do if I were to play manually is like I don't know how to say it, but like I would like maybe like move around to have them like go in a train. But the thing is, even if I play manually, like imagine the boss too. Man. But yeah, I think we are just pretty much lost here. Like we're barely dealing any damage at all. Okay, let me just I'm just wondering, what if we get a better Macchiato? You think she'll carry us? I have no idea. But yeah, I'm sure right now, definitely a good reflection that my team right now is not that good. There you go, level 60 Macchiato. Do we have a better one though? No? That's pretty much it. I'll just get that. Well, this time the damage is really high on her. Yeah, because last time we got a 56 version of Macchiato. There we go. Okay. Go and do that. And then yeah, we'll see just how much damage she does. I'm kind of curious. Oh wait, she actually does damage. What the heck? Okay, if I have like, you know, a support macchiato here, maybe we can make this work out. Maybe. But you know, I don't want to have to rely on, you know, other people's macchiato to win. Like, I wish I can use my own. I have not been working on my own macchiato just because I want to get her weapon. And yeah, my characters also just really suck too. Okay, yep. We're good. Anyways, let me go in, you know, play on not heroic. I feel like if I do play on it, it's gonna take way too long for me for this Let's Play. But yeah, that was a, you know, an interesting experiment. I am glad that they add that. For me, like, for what I want, I was thinking more of like, you know, just like scaling the level to us. But this one feels like an actual like challenge mode type thing, like where you need to strategize and all that. Like way more than before, because you know, they're very tanky in the health. There we go. There we go. Yeah, very tanky in the health. There we go, back to one-shotting everyone. Yeah, so far no issues it seems when it comes to like high motion as well. There's only been like one game so far where like the performance was like, well, maybe not the performance, but like the recording made it so weird. Well done, Commander. The clowns were so eager to meet you right after entering the amusement park. Surely they must have goodies on them. Oh look, a gift from the clowns, a stamp book. What a marvelous stroke of luck, Commander. You should hold on to it. Stamp book. I look at the stamp book in my hands. The cover shows the amusement park. When I open it, I see little blurbs about the various rides and attractions. There's also a blank grid for stamps with a translucent chibi depiction of Florence's face as a background. This amusement park. The sense of oddness waves through my consciousness once again, but just like before, my befuddled mind ignores it. Is something wrong? I look past Florence and examine the amusement park again, but I don't see anything unusual. No, it's nothing. I'd like to ask, what's the stamp book for? Commander, it's simple. For every ride and attraction you visit, you get a stamp. Not only do you get a reward for collecting each of the stamps, but if you do get them all in sequence and complete the collection, you get a super special prize as well. A prize. Oh my, you hit on the important part right away. The full clear reward here is really appealing. In fact, a lot of people have come to this amusement park just for it. Did I come here for it too? And what might the reward be? It's anything you want from this amusement park. Anything? I look at the Ferris wheel in the distance, leaving aside the point of taking something like that away. The sheer difficulty of bringing it with me would be enough to give pause to anyone. Yup, anything. Naturally, that includes the manager, namely me. Florence smirks, a hint of temptation in her smile. How about that? Did I catch your interest? Taking you is fundamentally the same as taking the Ferris wheel. No, Commander. Do learn to read the room. Still, it's alright even though you're not sold on the idea right now. You'll just have to work through your confusion over the course of your tour. Everything will be made clear. This all sounds like a scam. After all, I'm not even sure what I'm thinking, and the fog in my brain refuses to clear. A scam? But here, I'm the most trustworthy person that could ever be, Commander. Is there anyone else here? I look around. While this is supposed to be an amusement park, it looks strangely deserted. Of course there are. Our establishment is very popular. The crowd flooded in the moment our gates opened. But I must point out that once you start your tour, You can't back out halfway through. If you do, you'll be punished severely. Yeah, that really sounds like a scam. You can go in easily but have a hard time coming out. Surely nothing ill can come of it. Still, no matter how much they try to forbid me from leaving, I can always walk out the front door. It is at this point that I realize that the fancy gate through which I entered has suddenly vanished. In its place is a structure that seems out of place in an amusement park. Beyond it are high walls stretch as far as the eye can see. That sounds kind of weird. How does that happen? The entrance is just like different now? I'm just wondering like how that happens. Like is this like a dream right now? Don't worry, it's fine. After all, you were extra lucky today and not got a guide in the form of me, the manager. And we can traverse the whole amusement park together. Florence continues her exaggeratedly enthusiastic spiel, like she hasn't noticed anything strange at all. There are far too many abnormal things going on, and after finding myself surrounded by so much wrongness, I decided to abandon my struggles and accept it all. I don't plan to hire a guide, but hiring me as a guide is free, you know. I might end up paying for it anyway. That's so mean, Commander. Visiting an amusement park by yourself is very lonely, you know. Have you considered that things might be completely different with me around? Florence wraps herself around my arm and flashes me a wicked grin. I'm sure a kind and harmless medical doll like myself could take care of any medical emergencies that might pop up. So you've gone from scamming to high-pressure sales tactics now? Also, I'm still a manager and have access to insider information and certain behind-the-scenes options. Cheating could save you a lot of trouble in winning the grand prize. I vaguely remember hearing a line like this in one of those anti-scam videos somewhere. If you said less, I might trust you more. However, her response is engendering a sense of familiarity in me, and I can't deny the urge to trust her. In fact, I'm starting to get the vague sense that what I'm looking for is inextricably tied up with her. There's so many words that I don't even know or can't even say well. Still, if we travel together, it's decided then. Florence cuts in excitedly before I can finish speaking. This amusement park is shrouded in mystery, and it seems the key to unraveling these mysteries is standing before me. What a refreshing direct decision. Now then, our odyssey through Thriller Wonderland begins now. Yeah, it's a big mystery right now. I'm just wondering if we are in a dream. I can maybe see it, you know, she probably like, you know, drugged me in a way. And you know, this place over here, like, you know, it's not really like wastelandy. But that was a fast loading screen. What the heck? That was so instant. It's the power of my new computer. Normally there would be like a loading screen. A massive steel structure looms silently before us. Its metal rails flow smoothly and aesthetically, incorporating steep drops, hard turns, and dizzy spirals, and even a 90-degree direct downward descent. It gleams with a metallic sheen in the sunlight, resembling nothing so much as a tangle of barbed wire. Even the large mechanism is designed to look somewhat vast, ferocious beast with its distinct and sharp angles. It's not hard to imagine what kind of sound its engine will make. Ta-da! Commander, come look. This is our most exciting attraction, the Heartbeat Accelerator 9000. Granted, it looks quite impressive, but in the end, it's just a roller coaster. It looks like this is the first item in our itinerary. Florence drags me over to the right entrance where the patrons are gathered. So there really were other guests here. Strangely enough, despite not having seen any other patrons on the way here, there's over 10 people waiting in front of the ride. I told you, right? Well, we can't compare to... Oh my gosh, what the heck? What? Disneyland? Or... is there a Warner Brothers World? Is that real? I didn't even know about that. I've never heard of about that. It feels like a fake thing. Like normally, I would normally hear like Disneyland, but not Warner Brothers Land. Dude, that's funny. I do like how, like, they censor that stuff. It's kind of funny. Like, they're bringing some real world stuff, but I'm sure because of copyright they can't say it. It's not as though this amusement park is a ghost town. However, there seems to be a strange mood in the air, unlike the festive atmosphere I was expecting. In fact, judging from the looks on the guest faces, this strangeness seems to have been going for some time now. I My attention has drawn by a girl's shriek. When I look toward her, I see that her eyes are shrouded in damp mist, and a frightened looking woman is holding onto her collar. Esme. Esme? Is that a name? How many times have we gone on this ride now? Oh wait, what the heck? That's the one from the... Yeah, the one from the, Zhao Wei event. Was that her name? Is this the same character? Uh, this ought to be our first time here, right? What are you talking about? We only just came here. Oh, whoops, my bad. Just clicked out. No, no, this definitely isn't our first time here. The frightened woman grows more afraid after that. Her grip tightens unconsciously, causing Esma to groan in pain as she starts having trouble breathing. Let go of me. I can't breathe. Alright, right. This is your only your second time on the roller coaster. She faints. She falls silent and lets go. Esma slowly slumps to the ground. In the next moment, the frightened woman's eyes go wide again. But I've been on this ride countless times. It can't be. I can't be the only one who's realized this. Hey, Mirelle, Pauline, you both noticed, right? She casts her eyes around helplessly like she's fallen into water and clutches at the surrounding people like they're life vests, shaking them hard and begging them for a satisfactory answer. I mean, surely it's no big deal if she's already ridden the roller coaster before, right? If you enjoyed the ride, then going on it several more times certainly wouldn't be an issue. Oh yes, you've ridden it with me a number of times. After noticing me, the panicked woman immediately grabs me like she did Esma. And you! But after seeing my face, she becomes even more frightened. No, you. Who are you? I've never seen you before. What a coincidence, I've never seen you before either. Not only have I never seen this woman before, I don't know anyone here apart from Florence. There isn't even a hint of vaguely familiarity like what I've got from her. I mean, this is our first time in this amusement park, right? In that case, not knowing and not having seen each other before would be perfectly reasonable. Although I have no idea how you know my name, even though we clearly haven't met before. What? You don't know me? You don't know who I am? Should I know? I'm Mia. We've been on this roller coaster before. Do you really not remember? And that smiling manager over there, she's been guiding us over here over and over again. We're stuck here. Do you know that? Esmond looks troubled. She clearly has no idea what Mia is talking about and looks at me in confusion. And I know all kinds of things about you. Hey, do you remember Esma? We used to work at Mongi. I'm guessing that's not, like, I forgot the name back in the Zhao event, but I'm guessing that is a different character. And it's kind of weird to see, like, a unique model just being used, like, in a generic way. Like, you know how we have, like, the generic looking NPCs and all that stuff that they would sometimes use. It kind of makes it feel like the one from the Zhao event is, like, you know, less unique. But yeah, I don't know if that's actually her name or if this is the same character. I think it's different because definitely I don't remember, like, her working at Mongi security. Anyways, right. As a park manager, I'll take care of this. Before Mia can finish, Florence steps into the dispute like she's going to put an end to it. Calm down. This isn't a big deal, is it? Huh, but I kind of remember what Miss Mia was talking about. Really? Are you sure you're not being tricked by some stranger? Hey, don't listen to that doll. She's the biggest liar of them all. Esma, you were a doll engineer before, weren't you? Hurry up and think of a way to scrap her. Esma glances at Florence in a panic, and then incredulously at herself. Huh? You mean me? Oh no, that won't do. Attacking the manager is against the rules, and you'll be punished for it. You too. Think of something too. Pauline, the mission failed and it's your fault. It's all your fault. Mia turns, but just as she's about to rush toward another nearby woman, Florence blocks her path. Right, that's enough for appetizers, don't you think? Once again, Florence interrupts Mia's hysterical outburst. Comically dressed Elids appear amidst an explosion of flower petals and ribbons surrounding Florence. The contrast of the threat they pose against her amusement makes the entire scene seem strangely surreal. Yeah, it feels really weird. I don't know how this is all happening. It's gotta be a dream. You know, she was able to, I guess, dress up Elids, like tame them in a way to dress them up. And then we have this very normal looking place. Does not look very wastelandy at all. So yeah, I'm not sure what's happening, man. And then everyone here. I guess it's not a dream, right? It could be that like we're in a lab and we're like in a virtual world with like other people. But like she's more of a scientist though, right? Like would she know how to manage that equipment? I guess maybe. But I don't know. It feels like a mix of like, you know, technology and science. But just hearing like a medical doll, I would feel like she's more like on the biological side of things and not like the technological. It would be a shame if our guest who wanted a pulse-pounding experience couldn't board the Heartbeat Accelerator 9000 because of such antics, no? This is an amusement park, a place of joy, happiness, and adventure, and never-ending miracles. So please, everyone, forget your unhappiness, board the ride, and get ready for an adventure. Her encouragement seems to have worked, and the majority of the guests begin slowly moving toward the roller coaster. The sole exception is Mia, who screams, "Again, I'm going to ride again." Wow. No. I don't want this. I don't want this. Hey, did you hear me? I'm done with this. I want off this ride. The guests who have just boarded the roller coaster see Mia. They begin to hesitate again. It can't be helped, I guess. Florence sighs quietly, then quickly steps forward, physically blocking Mia before smiling brilliantly to all other guests. You, get out of... Florence immediately drowns out Mia's voice with her own. Don't worry, everyone. This is a must-see blink, and you'll miss it. And then she turns full circle. When she finishes, Mia has vanished from behind her. Stupendous. Eh? Exclaimed shouts fill the air, and many of the guests look behind Florence. No matter how hard they try, they can't find the missing Mia. Thank you. Now then, please prepare for an exhilarating experience. Florence bows and then boards the roller coaster as well. Florence? Upon hearing me call her name, she immediately turns to me with a smile on her face. Oh, Commander, what a coincidence. There just so happens to be an empty seat beside you. Coincidence, my butt. You were the one who planned the seating arrangements, weren't you? Then I shall gladly avail myself to the seat next to you. You're riding this with us? You'll trust me more this way, won't you? She bends down and presses up against me, then grabs the safety buckle by the side of my seat. Come, let the careful Miss Manager do up your seatbelt for you. Where did Mia go? Suddenly, several costumed clowns show up before the roller coaster. Oh well, I couldn't do anything about that. Guess who break the rules have to be punished. Florence doesn't directly answer my question, but now I'm curious about this so-called punishment. Isn't it a little too late to be seeing that now? Even as I reply to Florence, my eyes can't leave those costume clowns. These scary-looking clowns are currently dragging the sole person who refused to board the roller coaster, Mia, toward a dark place. Wow. Okay. How did they disappear though? Like doing that so fast. I feel like we wouldn't notice I don't know, something. Commander, these are the rules. If you stop playing, refuse to play, or lose, you will be penalized. That's what makes the prize so valuable. In the next moment, the launcher roars loudly and sends everyone flying along the tracks, up into the sky at high speed. Yeah, maybe it's not a dream. I'm guessing it's real, but man, this is a big, like, this is a very big operation for one person. If she was able to, like, you know, control everyone here, including me, and also like to own this place and control Elids. You know what? Maybe the Elid thing is not so far-fetched, because I know with like, you know, with her abilities, right? She has that pet. Like, to me, it looks like a bear. That could be an Elid. Like, can she control Elids too? Wow. Ah. The wind howls as it races past us. The screams and the way the world is spinning set my heart racing. But when I turn to look beside me... Ah, this feels great. Florence says, laughing excitedly. So you were peeping at me too, Commander. Florence glances to her side, and it is then that I realize that she looks far more excited than before. Have we taken the roller coaster together before? For some reason, all this seems strangely familiar to me, as though I've gone on a ride like this in an amusement park a long time ago. Do you remember at last, Commander? It just feels familiar. I'd like to ask a question. Is it possible that Mia wasn't crazy, and that's what she said might be true? Just like what Florence said about knowing me and how many people call me Commander. Esma might have been like me and forgotten many things, while Mia might be like Florence, knowing more about the situation. However, she had chosen a bad way of expressing herself. Perhaps she had experienced something that caused her to have a breakdown and made it hard for her to convey what she knew. Commander, do you need to think about this question right now? Is there a reason I shouldn't? Florence smiles wickedly. Being indecisive can be very dangerous, Commander. Well, it's about time. The highlight is coming up. Here comes the surprise. As she finishes speaking, the world turns black before me. Ah! The screams are far more hideous than before, and it's definitely not just because of the sudden darkness. Are we inside a tunnel? Fleur! Muriel, where are you? I can't see you. The air suddenly turns damp and fills with the sickly sweet scent of rust. In the darkness, the glint of light reflecting off metal winks in and out of view. Ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, I'd like to inform you of an upcoming surprise. Everyone will be enjoying a special play experience. In contrast to the others, Florence has stood up and is loudly shouting amidst the strange atmosphere. All of your safety harness have been undone. Please find a way to avoid the attacks from the clouds while not being flung off. Are you out of your dang mind? Is this even a roller coaster anymore? I never said it was a roller coaster. I said it was the Heartbeat Accelerator 9000. Everyone, myself included, grips their armrests tightly. Ah! The sound of ripping and tearing flesh fills the air. Dude. I duck reflexively and narrowly dodge a flying chunk of ruined meat that splashes still warm blood on my face. No, if you factored in the sound of the wind in here. These things in the tunnels are... Yeah, I keep away from me. Florence, get ready for battle. Got it. I'll work with you, Commander. Anytime, anywhere. Dude, this is so creepy and messed up, man. I mean, yeah, the story definitely has caught my attention. Okay, what if, like, Florence in a way? I don't know, man. Maybe another weird theory of mine is, like, what if Florence is, like, also kind of like us? Because earlier we were talking about, like, we were, like, making comparisons with, like, Mia and Esma. What if, like, she is also in a situation where she had amnesia, but then, you know, she woke up? Well, no. The thing is, she's the manager too. No, she can't be like one of us. Yeah, I'm sure because she's also a doll too, right? She can't be like influenced that way with like everyone else. Maybe she has like maybe I don't know. She wouldn't be like affected like us. I don't know, man. It's all way too confusing for me, man. I'm just trying to make sense of it. Now then, congratulations to all you players for completing a course of the Heartbeat Accelerator 9000. Like, dude, I just thought about it now. Like, what I'm like being reminded of. At first, I thought about like Saw or something like that, but no, it's more like Squid Game. That's what it reminds me of right now. Wow. Please come over here to collect your stamps, and then you can redeem your prize. People are dead. The celebratory confetti falls on our bloodstained bodies, making it feel as though everything that had just happened was just a bad dream. I don't want to ride anymore. I almost died. You're still alive, aren't you? Fleur actually died. She was right beside me. I saw it all. Those saw blades cut her off her arm, and then those monsters. In contrast to Florence's cheerfulness, the other players who had barely survived this ordeal are anything but happy. In addition, their nerves had been wound too tight, which led to hostility developing between them. Didn't she die because you pushed her out, Muriel? Wow. A cold, sharp voice interrupts her, even speaking her name. Huh? Is that true? I just... It was a reflex, and if I hadn't done it, I would have died instead. But even so, you... Esma backs away, as though she's afraid of Muriel. And besides, shouldn't you be the questionable one here? I don't even know you, so how do you know my name? Why? Is it strange? Of course it is. Are you trying to gloss over what happened? Huh? Now that you mention it, that Miss Mia just now, she seemed to know my name too. Yeah, she's probably like that Mia. She knows more than us. Maybe she'll snap and go crazy like Mia too. Muriel's words frighten Isma even more, and she backs several steps away from the other woman, who's staring Muriel down. Muriel, you knew Fleur's name as well, right? It's just a name. It doesn't mean anything. But that's because she said my name first, so I asked her name. Also, when I asked her why she knew my name, she didn't answer me either, just like you. All she did was spout a bunch of crazy talk. When you think about it, both you and Mia seem really suspicious. Yes, which is why it's perfectly normal to push out suspicious people when danger strikes, right? I'm losing my speaking ability right now. Huh? Huh? Isn't doing anything to survive a human's basic instinct? You, on the other hand, you haven't explained how you know who anyone is. Now, who's the suspicious one here? Are you trying to compare knowing names to taking lives? You're just trying to deflect suspicion from yourself. But you and Mia are so dang shady that I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't these monsters who killed Fleur just now, but you. Right, that's enough. Florence steps in to interrupt their argument before it can escalate further. This is the most exciting part. Reward time. You worked so hard to clear this round of the game. Don't you want to be rewarded for it? I was about to go. You should save your strength for consoling the rest of these psychos. Also, you'll learn you're curious about what they give out the prize. After they give out the prize. She glares coldly at Muriel and Esma before leaving turning to leave. Huh? What does that mean? Is she saying that the prize is connected to our personal information? Muriel and Esma exchange looks, as though they're trying to figure out what she meant by it. Mia also mentioned riding the roller coaster many times. Did she do it too? Judging by how she's taking everything in stride, that's got to be it. Still, why didn't they get a clear prize even after playing so many times? Mia didn't look like she liked it that much. Could there be another reason? Forget it. Not much point thinking about that now. Muriel pauses to think for a moment, then looks toward the cold-faced woman's receding silhouette and decides to go after her. Huh? You're all going? Wait for me. Don't leave me alone here. Esma frantically chases after them. The other guests steadily leave as directed by Florence, until I'm the only one left here. What just happened now? That ought to count as a major accident, right? After all, a patron dying at a normal amusement park would be sufficient to get the whole place shut down for several months. However, The strange, mind-dulling mood in the air seems to have gotten all to the guests, and none of them are making a big deal out of it, myself included. It's not an accident. This is how the park was designed. Say what? You need to risk big to win big. That's what makes it so fascinating. That's why I'll give you a special reminder, Commander. The rides are more thrilling than most, and losing your life before clearing a stage is perfectly normal. Normal? Then what if everyone dies? This is an amusement park. We have no shortage of guests here, especially in a place with no queues. Then what do I stand to gain? Leaving aside the grand prize for clearing everything, you said that this is reward time, right? What kind of reward can I expect to receive? Commander, before I answer your question, there's something I'd like to ask. Why do you think I want to keep you here by yourself? Florence doesn't give me a reply, merely tugs her top open and reaches into her bra, like she's looking for something. What are you doing? I reflexively take a step back. You know what reward means better than I do, no, Commander? Florence spreads her arms and takes another step toward me. Hang on, answer the question. You want to know what I'm doing, Commander. I'm just giving you a special reward. So what the heck is this reward anyway? Honestly, who would even feel rewarded in a situation like this? Come to me. I can't do anything to you when you're so far away. Florence's words are syrupy sweet, but she can't hide the undertones of danger in them. In fact, I take another step back upon hearing them. Please collect your reward. Even the... Wait, is that the Elid? It can talk? I hear a weird voice from behind me, and my hand immediately goes to my gun. Wait, they can talk? Don't be so tense, Commander. This is an amusement park after all, a place of fantasies and stories. Surely nothing that happens here should be considered strange, right? Don't think you can write off everything as normal just because this place is an amusement park? Please collect your reward as soon as possible. The weird voice continues urging me to claim my so-called reward. Can't you speak plainly? What is this special reward anyway? Before I can react, Florence steps up, looking more anxious than me. She grabs my hand while placing her other hand on my cheek. What is it indeed? Just give it a try and you'll find out. Florence's hand slowly approaches my mouth, and then she extends a finger to caress the corner of my mouth. Come now, open up. You don't need to do anything, Commander. Just let me service you. Florence's finger probes deeper, penetrating my lips. Oh, snap. And then she pops a capsule into my mouth. Look. What did you feed me? I told you. It's a special reward. Don't spit it out, okay? Just swallow it down. There's a good Commander. Florence reaches out to cover my mouth and forces it shut. Meanwhile, two clowns urging me on slowly leave, as though satisfied by what has happened. How's that, Commander? Are you happy with your reward? Florence smirks like a cat who got the cream. Do I look happy? Dude, the Commander here is like... I feel like this is the most that he's been so like confused and freaked out. Like he's just... Yeah. Such a weird situation to be in. Still, you need to keep clearing stages to get more rewards. And if I refuse to keep playing, you've already seen what happens if you do that. The scene of Mia being dragged off by the clowns flickers through my mind. You call this an amusement park, but I feel like I've been shanghaied into some sweatshop's production line. But amusement parks like this are common in the white zones, right? At the very least, there aren't any lines for the attractions here. She has a point. So, now that you're all rested up, let's move on to the next ride. I can't wait. Florence grabs my hand again and skips off to our next destination, pulling me along behind her. What's wrong, Commander? Oh, snap. What the heck? What's this? I clicked away so fast, I could not get a good look at it. Commander, is something wrong? Florence brings her face up to mine, expression filled with concern. Oh my, had the meds kicked in? Judging by your face, are you seeing something? What did you feed me? Florence's voice is muffled, even though she's right by my ear. Despite her proximity, it sounds like it's coming from far away. It's something that you'll make you very happy, but be careful, Commander. Don't let yourself get lost in the illusion. Man. Well, yeah, the story definitely got me hooked. I do want to know more. It's a very interesting story so far, man. Anyway, guys, yeah, we'll go edit here. Next time we'll, continue and stuff. Yeah, seems like one of the more like, normal, now normal, like stories here. But yeah, I'm just like reminded of like the Andres and Belka stuff and Yuhi. But yeah, we're not there anymore. We're back to normal. But yeah, next time we'll continue and we'll see what the whole mystery here is. It seems like maybe the pills. It either like maybe, I don't know if it like there's like an illusion it's giving us of like this normal park, or if it's like actually like all ruined and stuff. But yeah, was not expecting it in an amusement park. I was not expecting that for a medical doll, but yeah, that's where we're at right now. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for now. That's game.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good